Auzubillahiminash-shaytanir-rajim. Bismillahir-rahmanir-rahim. Dear students, it is class 12th entrepreneurship. Last day, I told you that there are certain factors which decide the location of an enterprise. So, before starting an enterprise at a particular location, we have to take into consideration some of the things which decide the suitability of the location. In this regard, I already told you some of the points which were availability of raw material. I told you that the availability of raw material must be taken into consideration before selecting the location of any type of enterprise. Second was proximity to market. Every type of enterprise must be must have the location near the market. Especially, it is very much important for heavy goods because they need heavy transportation costs after their preparation, after their manufacturing, so that this cost, when it incurs, it has to bear additional costs. Naturally, what happens that the product or the service becomes more costly and it fails to attract the customers or the consumers. Third was infrastructural facilities. That was that every type of enterprise, the location of the enterprise, it must be decided on the basis that what is that on the basis of the infrastructure that it is using during the manufacturing process or it is using different processes. Then it was government policy. Every type of enterprise has to take into consideration the government policies in regard to in response to that very product, in response to that very service. Then fifth was availability of manpower. I told you that the manpower, it decides the location of any enterprise because those factories, those industries that need skilled workers, so they have to see in advance that where we are starting our enterprise, whether the manpower is available in that location or not. If it has to import the manpower from abroad, it will increase the costs of that very factory, of that very industry, of that very enterprise. And then there were local laws, regulations, and taxation. I told you that before the starting any type of enterprise, every entrepreneur, every businessman, every manufacturer, he has to see that what are the local laws that are to be implemented in support of this factory, of this industry, and what are the rules and regulations that I have to follow from government side, and what are the taxation or the tax policy, what is the taxation policy of the government. And today let us know that what are this is seventh point or for the location of any type of enterprise, ecological and environmental factors. Dear students, you know that there are some of the products which produce these waste products, wastage, and it creates environmental problem and ecological problem. So ecological and environmental factors, they are to be taken into consideration in advance before setting any type of enterprise, before setting the location, before starting the location of any type of enterprise. We see that there are certain factors, just water and air pollution. So, if any factory, if any type of enterprise, it creates water pollution, air pollution, or noise pollution, what we have to do? We have to see in advance that later on will be compelled to change the location. So it have we have to think about it in advance, especially the manufacturing plants which produce solid waste. They pollute water and air. Just we see if we set out any type of enterprise, that in that enterprise we are just using heavy machines and they create noise pollution, so we cannot set out any type of such industry in any location where there are educational institutions. So we have to see in advance that what is the proper location for our unit. Ecological and environmental, these problems may not be created, and we may not be compelled to shift the location of that very enterprise. Then competition. In case of some enterprises, we have to see in advance that what is the level of competition that we have to face, because in prevailing world at every step there is a competition for every type of entrepreneur. So this competition has to play a crucial role in the selection of the location of an enterprise. If we set out our unit in such a location where we have to face more competition, in that very case we have to see the level of our success. There is every apprehension that due to the competition we may not be in a position to continue the manufacturing of that very product. It may not be possible for us to keep the uh, pace of success to keep the pace of success. So it is one of the most important points that we have to see in advance, the location of our unit. Then incentives and land cost subsidies for backward areas. In some of the products, in some of the manufacturing units, or for the preparation of some of the goods, government gives some incentives, government gives some subsidies to the units which are being situated in backward areas. So we have to see that what type of product we are going to produce. If the product that we are going to produce, government gives incentives or subsidies for only those entrepreneurs, for only those manufacturing units which start their units in the far-flung areas or the backward areas. There we have to prefer the locations which in the backward areas. Some of the incentives are given. मतलब हमें उस सिलसिले में उन जगहों पर अपना जो यूनिट शुरू करना है, जिन जिन जगहों पर गवर्नमेंट जो है वो सब्सिडी देती है, गवर्नमेंट जो है कुछ इंसेंटिव्स देती है, तो हमें क्या करना है, हमें उन्हीं एरियाज़ में अपना यूनिट शुरू करना है जिन्हें हमें मोर इंसेंटिव्स मिल जाए, जहाँ हमें कंसेशंस मिल जाए, जहाँ हमें कम्युनिकेशन या ट्रांसपोर्टेशन फैसिलिटी हो. उसके बाद क्लाइमेटिक कंडीशंस. This is one of the important points that every entrepreneur has to take into consideration, the climatic conditions of that very area where an entrepreneur is going to set out his unit. If we are producing such a product which have, in which this climatic conditions affect the product adversely, then we have to see in advance how much successful we can be in this very area where there are stable climatic conditions. Just we quote an example, jute textile manufacturing industries, they require high humidity. On the other hand, industrial units manufacturing these precision goods like watches require cold climate. So in both the cases, if we are going to produce jute and textile, we have to select the locations in those areas which are having high humidity. And in case of these manufacturing of watches, we have to set out our unit in those areas which have cold climatic conditions. And last is political conditions. So before starting any type of unit, the location for any type of unit, we have to see the political conditions. If the political conditions are stable, then we will start our unit in those areas. If there are not political conditions, if the political conditions are not stable, so what we have to do, we should not prefer those areas for our unit. For example, we will just take our union territory, Jammu and Kashmir. There the political conditions are not stable. So an entrepreneur would never and never prefer to have a unit in J&K. He would never, because there is every apprehension that tomorrow the political conditions will not favor him. So in that very case, the company would have to suffer heavy losses. In that very, if instead of that we start our unit in Maharashtra and Gujarat, then there the conditions are comparatively stable. So our unit can be successful in that very area. So what we have to do, we have to see the political conditions in the area where we are starting our unit. So these are rather 12 pointers that 11 pointers that we have to see before starting our unit. So these are important for the location of any type of enterprise. I think you would have got it, that how much these points have to how much important role these points have to play for the location of any type of enterprise. So I think this is enough for today. Thanks.